Here we are departing Tin Can Bay after a very nice stay at the marina. So worth toasting the lovely little marina at Tin Can Bay. A busy fishing port and a few fishing boats out in the creek as I headed north. Going to the end of the creek near Inskip Point, I then anchored for the night after an hour's motor down the creek. And after marina life and land life, it was nice to swing on the anchor again for the evening and just enjoy a bit of tranquility. This is out on the main part of the Great Sandy Strait, the very southern end, beside the infamous Wide Bay Bar, which is to my east if I looked out east. But you can see here with the sun setting, the camera's looking west as the sun sets over mainland Australia. There's not much on the coast here. It's pretty wild mangrove country and great cruising if you enjoy peace and tranquility. I was contemplating my next part of the voyage here, so this would be heading north up the Great Sandy Strait, done in several legs, and according to the tide you have to use the tides to your advantage, especially if you've got a little outboard. So yeah, early to bed and then get ready in the morning with the old eggs on toast, a Skybird staple, the poached eggs with the old British Lee Perrin sauce, and a little bit of smoked ham on there I think as well. I usually like having a good breakfast. It gets me ready for the long day ahead, which was a windless day. So the little 8 horsepower Mercury was going to get a workout for it's about a 10-mile trip to the first major anchorage on the Great Sandy Strait, which is Gary's Anchorage. Religiously following the channel on the west side of Fraser Island. It's very shallow all around Fraser Island. You know, the Great Sandy Straits have areas that actually nearly dry out as part of your route, so you have to be diligent. As you can see from the overall chart, Alan Lucas's great book here, you can see we're at the very south end and we're heading up the Fraser Island, getting near Gary's Anchorage. As we progress up, you can see I'm still wearing my fleece because it's actually pretty cold. This is July, so it's nice and fresh in the morning at this latitude, but the day heats up, and within an hour I'm in t-shirt again, and got the big floppy hat on as we come up the Fraser Island coast, down to 10 foot here at times. I was down to 6 foot at times as we're approaching the creek up to Gary's Anchorage. It's basically a one-way creek. It has an outlet at the north end, but it's very shallow, and I know of yachts who've gone aground trying to get out there. Some people might get out at a spring tide, or as the Australians call it, a king tide, but you've got to be, you always move on a rising tide here, and the flood tide goes north, so I've taken the flood tide north to give me the impetus. And safely at Gary's, snug in the north facing anchorage at Gary's, and then time to explore with my new toy, my inflatable kayak that I got mail order. The idea is that because the tides up in this region are large, you can't pull a dinghy even with wheels because it's too muddy. So my theory is to use this inflatable kayak. It's also a great fishing platform, and I was after some flathead or mullet or brim here, and it will be useful as I go further up. That's the idea, yet to be proven. But what a great spot Gary's Anchorage is, with the howling of the dingoes during the night, and ready to explore it for the following days.